Alright, hat lovers, this is Game 2 of the Midseason Showdown Finals in Vancouver between Max Douglas, aka Starmetroid, and Kelvin Koon, aka Lying Leopard. Kelvin won Game 1, and Max was the recipient of some unfortunate luck, maybe got critical hit with his Thunderous, also was paralyzed with Kyogre and fully paralyzed twice. Maybe that mattered. How Max adjusts to this is going to be really interesting to see. So he needs to deal with that Thunderous. He gave it a lot of respect in Game 1 by using Rock Tomb on it on the very first turn, despite having the opportunity to Precipice Blades or Fire Punch them all while. So Max very clearly respects the Thunderous, but still needs to do a better job of making sure it cannot ruin his day. Now, Kelvin, on the other hand, had a great game. I think that maybe he needs to... I mean, even if he hadn't critical hitted the Thunderous on turn 1, I don't think that would have ruined his game. That wouldn't have been the end of his game plan, right? So Kelvin was pretty set. I think he can play it very largely the same way and just make those smart plays, prevent his opponent from taking control of the weather, and we'll see a good game. And so Max opting to lead with a Kangaskhan Groudon here versus... Groudon Thunderous coming out of Kelvin. So we'll see Max's Groudon Primal revert first. That is interesting. That means that Max is confirmed to be a bit faster. I'm not sure we saw that in Game 1. And setting up the Desolate Land. Kelvin's Groudon's going to Primal revert here, but how does this turn play out? So Kangaskhan obviously putting a lot of pressure on the opposing Thunderous. Kelvin revealed his Hidden Power Water. If Max didn't know before, he knows it now. So that slot is free to double into. Max can both fake it out and or Rock Tomb it. He could even double edge it. He's got to be careful of a Kyogre switch in. He doesn't want to Fire Punch. So I think that Max's best play turn 1 is to double edge the Thunderous and Precipice Blades. I don't think Double Edge is going to KO the Thunderous, so maybe he just fakes it out instead. But if he goes fake out Precipice Blades, that's going to be pretty good. Kelvin, seeing that, maybe takes that Thunderous back for something like a Mawile. But even then, you take a Precipice Blades as Mawile, you bring it back for Kyogre, it's not good either. Maybe you just accept the possibility and you Thunder Wave the Kangaskhan. And if they fake you out, they fake you out. You're not knocked out or anything. You didn't get hit by the Precipice Blades, so you're alright. So we'll see. Max Mega Evolves Kangaskhan, keeping it in. He does go for the fake out. Fakes out that Thunderous. Yes, we see Thunderous get knocked down to pretty good damage there, as can be. Thunderous goes for some move. Doesn't get knocked out. Oh. So Thunderous tried to do something, presumably a prankster move, probably a Thunder Wave. Max doubles into that slot with a Rock Tomb, and it fails to KO the Thunderous. And now Kelvin does get to use a Precipice Blades, misses the Groudon, dealing over 50% to Kangaskhan, but not getting to take full advantage of that turn. So Thunderous just barely hangs on there, and Max's Groudon avoids the Precipice Blades. Two big things that happened on turn 1. How does it go from here? So Thunderous is no longer going to get shut down this turn. Probably going to get a Thunder Wave off onto the Kangaskhan. And he just doesn't want to let Groudon take damage here. So Groudcomb protects, and Thunderous does get a Thunder Wave off into the Kangaskhan. Presumably Max is going to get the knockout this turn. And he does go for a return onto the Thunderous slot, picking up the KO for sure. Max's Groudon, we saw it was faster. What did he feel comfortable doing? He went for a Fire Punch into, presumably, the Thunderous slot, maybe the Groudon slot, can't tell anymore. So he went for a Fire Punch, that's interesting. So maybe he saw a potential Mawile switch in, and said, well, if you want to get cute and you want to switch in Mawile, I'll punish you for that. So, I mean, in the end, it doesn't matter. Interesting to see the thought process, though. If Kelvin had taken that turn to switch out to Kyogre, then that also means that Pokemon wasn't attacking, so maybe that was Max's logic. I don't have to worry about an attack. If we both don't attack this turn, it's fine. Now Kelvin gets to bring in Kyogre. We see the dual primals archetype in full form. And Kangaskhan is paralyzed. Rain is up. Kelvin's got a fantastic position here. How does Max deal with this? He maybe has Salaman's Thundurus in back? Or, he's of course got a Kyogre of his own. But you don't really want to be facing this. This is not a good position. Max goes for the Protect to keep his Groudon healthy, and Kelvin likewise protects Kyogre. Well, his own Groudon, Groudon, will finish off that Kangaskhan. So Max gets paralyzed and then sacrifices the Kangaskhan, doesn't get any more mileage out of it. As a result, now Max gets to bring in his own Kyogre, and we see the mirror match as it was intended. We've got Groudon Kyogre versus Groudon Kyogre. Speed stats all important here. Max's Groudon is faster. Maybe he speed creeps with both Pokemon. Maybe his Kyogre is faster as well. I don't know if they've confirmed that. I know they got to play in the Swiss, so there are more games here than we're just seeing right now. But what do? Both sides had a Pokemon Protect last turn, so Kelvin switches out his Groudon for Mawile. Gets an Intimidate off on the opposing Groudon, which cannot protect this turn with 100% certainty. And Groudon gets to Precipice Blades, the Mawile switch-in. It's very good Precipice Blades going on there. And the opposing Kyogre launches a full power Water Spout, also very strong. But Kelvin gets to Scald. He gets to take out that Groudon. So Kelvin here, what he's done is he's avoided losing his own Groudon, brought it back. I like this. This is good. You can tell Kelvin's played this team a lot. So he brought his own Groudon back, recognizing that it was really good against Max's last Pokemon, likely a Thundurus. He brought Kangaskhan this game, not Salamence, so he knew Thundurus was going to be there. Now he's got a Groudon in the sun against Thundurus Kyogre. Great positioning by Kelvin here. That was very good. I have to say, you can see that he has played this team and he's very comfortable with it. How does Max respond to this? I think Kelvin's jostled himself into a winning position here. I don't know if you can really do that much to lose this position outside of not targeting down Max's Kyogre. So, Thundurus practically incapable of dealing damage to Kelvin's Groudon at this point. We have seen no hidden power water, confirmed protect, I believe. So, yeah, I think this is great. Max just needs to avoid a Precipice Blades, I guess, is one way to do this. And he opts to protect Kyogre here. Maybe try and steal a turn where he gets the Thunderbolt, Kelvin's Kyogre, gets the knockout. Okay, so we're in a better position here. Gets the knockout, and Groudon, Precipice Blades. So Max gets a free turn there. This next turn, what can he really do, though? His Thundurus, it might have Swagger, but I think it's got Thunderbolt, Thunder Wave, Taunt, and Protect, and we see the Taunt come out, so all he gets to say is, you're not going to protect anymore, but that Ice Beam's not enough. Kyogre needs to avoid here, and he doesn't. Okay, so that's the game. That's the game right here. Kyogre is knocked out to the combination of two Precipice Blades, and Thundurus powerless. What can it do? It can taunt, and that's it. So Max forfeits the match, and Kelvin goes on to win his very first big tournament, and it's a pretty good tournament to win. A mid-season showdown? That's a big accomplishment. So congratulations to him. I think he's been in the top cut of local premier challenges a lot lately, so it's great to see him pick up that first win. And congratulations, Kelvin.